All right, welcome back to the channel,
Party
everybody.
time.
It's time. The schedule came out, and we're not hating it. I mean, we're looking at
No.
the schedule. We're like, okay, this ain't bad. So we're gonna go game by game
Game
and
by
give
game.
our predictions right here, right now. And we're gonna go each game. Each one of us is gonna give our prediction. So with that, Craig, let me pull up the schedule
Yeah,
while
pull
I'm
that
doing.
bad boy up.
Yeah, while I'm doing that, thoughts on the schedule just in general for you as
I
you
mean,
kind of look
thoughts on
at
the
it.
schedule are it's a good schedule. And
Let's
I
go.
want to hear what people have to say too. So if you want to throw a comment, that's fine. We might throw it up there. We might throw it up there. We'll get Steve up there. But my thoughts on the schedule are pretty simple. It's a good schedule.
Let's
I
yeah.
think
Yep.
early thought process on the schedule is it's I think the fifth easiest schedule, strength of schedule. It's one of the fewest in miles traveled. Like there's a bunch of good things that set up really, really well about this schedule. And we're going to throw out another video talking about all that stuff. So I'm not going to ruin all of it now. This is meat and potatoes time. Let's go through and figure out what the Lions record's going to be because it only makes sense to figure it out, a day after it comes out.
Absolutely. And just so people know, I'm gonna do this as serious as I've ever done anything. Like this is
Oh,
if
yeah.
my life depended on it. And if I get this right, I win $1 million. If I lose, I get thrown into fire.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
The fiery furnace.
Yeah.
Like I think I'll be serious too, I guess.
Oh, I'm gonna go ahead. You go first, Craig.
All
Go
right,
ahead with the
Philly.
Eagles. What do you got?
Going to the Eagles. I believe the Eagles beat us by almost 40 last year.
Mhm.
So some people say it's a revenge game. I say that it's a little too early in the season. People forget that Philly was a playoff team and not a good playoff team, but they were a playoff team. And so I'm going to say first game of the year against Philly, we're going to take a loss.
Okay.
Sorry.
Nope. Philly. They beat us 40 something to 6. They are a tough matchup for us because they can run the ball really well. I think when you try to pass against us, we can do things. Aaron Glenn can come at you with some different packages, play some weird
Some
coverages
pressures.
behind. Yep. And we can get creative. But when you're going to line up and they do that one back thing where it's like just a one back, you don't know a lot of jet stuff. So I take a loss here as well. Philadelphia, I think we lose.
Steve takes a loss as well, which means an Eagles W. So we're
Oh,
not alone in that. What do you got for Washington?
Washington, this is where I think we get our victory started.
Yeah.
We'll get our season started. We need this one. We go 1-1. I have no worries with Washington. Washington's defense is okay, but I think we can get a win right here.
Washington's defense is okay. Their front four is very good. I think there's 4 first-round picks on that front four. So they are very good on the front four, but our offensive line is very good. So I think that kind of neutralizes it. It's a home game. And I always say Philly was hard for me. But the way I look at it is if you have teams that are in somewhat the same ballpark, I like to give the advantage to the home team. Yes, even if that's the Lions. And we'll be there and not me and you personally for this game, but like the fans, people that are watching this right now will be there cheering loud. I think that we get the W against Washington. They're not there.
No. And I think we're so much better. And I love those first 2 games. It's like we have a chance in those. And that's all I want. The last few years, it's been very difficult out of the gates. And it's like, come on, like we need to pull something. This is like we could go 2-0 right there, but we're 1-1 right now, both of us. So who you got for Minnesota? Going to Minnesota.
Yeah, going to Minnesota, and it's early in the year, which doesn't matter because they have like the world's nicest dome, which just bugs me. Yeah. But because I want the world's nicest glass dome. But anyways, like that's good for them. But unfortunately, I don't think we win this one either. I think we got Minnesota last year in Detroit. Kirk Cousins, until that, I believe was 7-0, 8-0, something like that against the Lions. It would be 7-0. And it's not a great matchup for us traditionally. It hasn't been. They were unhealthy when we beat them, and it was a last-second touchdown by Amon-Ra St. Brown. And they were without Thielen. They were without Cook. So I think going to Minnesota, we're excited about our first win, and we don't follow it up with another W.
Yep, I agree. I think we lose here. I think Minnesota's a tough matchup for us because they can run the ball so well, and Kirk Cousins is just good enough. I mean, he is. I know he gets dogged a lot, and I can't stand him either. But he can if he's getting a running game, which he will against us. I think a win. So Oh, excuse me, a loss. So I have a
Yeah.
loss from Minnesota. What do you got for
Okay.
Seattle?
So I want to make this clear in case this keeps going. We didn't talk about this.
No.
And this is why do we do this? Like, we agree so much, which is a good thing. We like happiness on the channel, but I have in Seattle, and I know you're going to agree with me on this, at home, we're going to beat Seattle. Who's their quarterback? Do you even know? Like, it's not Russell Wilson. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we're going to beat Seattle. They kind of are where we were last year, if I can be honest. And so maybe not quite, but they're in the early rebuild stage. I think that that's a victory. And isn't it nice to say our quarterback is substantially better than your quarterback, and that's why
Huge.
we're going to win the game?
Yeah, huge. And dude, totally agree with you with Seattle. I mean, that they just are no longer a team that just scares you. You know, you always see them on the schedule. It's like defense was good, Russell Wilson running the ball. That's all gone. So I love that one too. I have a victory for us there. So New England. New England. Can't just hate them. Just hate them for winning. For winning, you know, all those years with Tom Brady. Then you send us Matt Patricia.
But John hates him too.
Oh man, thank you, John.
Yeah.
17-0. So I have us winning in New England. Mac Jones. Again, this is a tough matchup for us because they're gonna run the ball. That's just because they have to. But I have us winning in New England just because that way we can just punch Matt Patricia as we leave the field and walk all over him and then go out of there with a victory.
So you got a W.
I got a W.
All right, our first disagreement. Nice. All right, so I have, well, not nice because I have them losing. So I have us losing against New England. If it was in Detroit, I'd get the W on this. I think that we have former players that, of course, hate Patricia, but I mean, he's not going to be on the field. Like, obviously, he's not a player, but I mean, like, he's not even going to be on the field as a coach. I think he's like a senior advisor or some weird role over there. I did hear rumor that he might be doing the play calling for the offense at some point, which
Good.
would be nuts. And then I might have to change this. But I think New England has a good thing going. I think they're a solid team. And going into New England, it's a tough victory for me to predict an actual W on that one.
Okay. So as we go to the bye, I got us at 3-2. You have us at 2-3.
Yep.
I think this is a good time to show off my shirt that I bought.
Oh, do it. Stand up, share it proud. Here, let me make sure that people can see you.
Look at that.
Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's the retro Barry bobblehead.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I just tell you a story? I was in my home and I get a video from my friend Chris over there on the other side. And I just see it was a zoom in of Barry's face. And then he kind of zoomed out, panned up, and I see his face. And oh man, I just kicked my mic. And all I hear him say is, I don't see how we lose a game if I wear this shirt.
Yeah. So bye week up here on the schedule. Just want to take a minute to look at the shirt. Love it. Now, Craig, we go to Dallas, which I love going to Dallas. I don't know why. I feel like we always play well there. We always upset the Dallas fans. What do you got us doing at Dallas?
Oh, I have us losing at Dallas as well. It's after the bye week, so it was really a struggle for me. Now, this can change. Dak Prescott's been on and off with his health. I mean, we're one injured quarterback away from absolutely winning that game. I think that 6 games in, this will be game 7 for Dallas. It's enough time for them to figure out life without Amari Cooper. And so I think that they're going to be good enough where it would be a very difficult win to go into Dallas and win. Now, I will say this. We often play well at Dallas. There's something about Jerry World that we like. But I think it's the same with New England. It just doesn't seem like a smart pick for me to say that's the upset and that's the win.
Yeah. I have us I have us losing here as well. And when I look at who we're playing, I look at the running game, and you know, Elliott's still good, and we're just I just don't like our run defense. And when it's just so hard for us to win when we can't stop people. So I have Dallas winning. So I have us at 3-3 now. You have us at 2-4 now. What about
keep that tally going?
Home against Miami.
Home against Miami. That's a W. That's a W. And it's a harder W than you might think. Now, I'm not saying I'm team Tua, But I think Tua, when he has Tyreek Hill and he has Jalen Waddle, yeah, that's going to be a little bit. That's
That
going to be a
gets a
little bit
little
trickier.
spicy all of a
That's,
sudden. Now that you
yeah, and they
say it
have a
out
good
loud.
defense.
Yeah.
They have a good defense in Miami. They've done some good things. So I still think this is a victory. Them coming up to Detroit late October, it just that feels like a good win for us, especially because we've had the bye week. We haven't had a victory in 3 weeks because you can't win on the bye week. We've lost to
Yep.
New England. We've lost to Dallas. It's kind of one of those desperation times where like we're 2-4. If we don't win this one, season's kind of over.
Yeah.
So that's why I have us beating Miami in what I believe will be a close game.
And I have us winning as well. And I like us at home. You know, it used to be we had a good home field advantage there for a little bit. Then we just had some brutal losses in the Caldwell era where it's just demoralizing for the fans. Then we go through
That's every era, Chris.
Well, that goes no, really, you remember some Caldwell. We're right in there. We win and we're in the playoffs. We win and we're 2 games up. You know, there was just things where we win and we win the division. We win and we just lost. And you know, basically what I'm saying is we get the fans all juiced up to level 10 and we lose about 5 times in a row. So my point is when you go through the Patricia era, that was brutal. I mean, you know, you just lose all your steam. And now I think that home field advantage really comes back this year. So I like winning against Miami at home. What about Green Bay, Craig?
Oh man, I wanted to make this one a W. I so badly wanted to make this a W. I just can't. I can't. Aaron Rodgers, and here's the thing: we've been better against Green Bay at Lambeau. And I know that sounds weird, but I think a lot of it is just that they're heavily reliant on Aaron Rodgers, and in a dome, he is stupid scary.
Yep, he loves Ford Field.
He's very comfortable
he's
there.
never loved anything more in his life than Ford Field and just seeing Jared Davis, and he's like, "Hey, JD, what's up?
What's up?
You're back. Okay, watch this."
What is my record at now?
I'm at 4-4. You're at 2-6.
Oh, 2-6? Really?
No, you might be at 3. I don't know. Is my answer, Craig?
Thank you. Okay,
just keep tallying it. Do you have a tally going or?
Oh no! What? Come on. Don't
worry about it.
Know that.
Don't worry about it.
Smart.
Okay, so yeah, losing Green Bay. I was losing twice to Green Bay. Spoiler alert. But
oh, you gave up a game.
Yeah, that's like I said. You know, Chicago at Chicago. Oh, this one. Let's go at Chicago. Craig,
W.
what do you got?
It's a W.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's a W. I don't have any faith in Fields right now. I understand that the weather's starting to be a factor, but it's November 13th. It's not that cold. It's not like it's January in Green Bay or something like that. So yeah, it's going to be a little chillier, not cold enough to make a difference. And honestly, I'm not bought in that weather actually hurts us with this team. No. We have a great offensive line. We like our run game. I'm fine with bad weather. Bring it on. So I think we absolutely beat Chicago, and mostly just because I hate them.
Absolutely. I have us winning just because I hate them as well. So
thank you.
There's nothing to do with schematics. It's just I hate their helmets. I hate
they're just their jerseys in general. They're just
terrible.
Ugly.
It's just like, why wouldn't you try something different? I mean,
yeah, maybe.
It's just like, oh, the Bears. It's like you're no better than us the last 20 years. Okay. All right. Craig, at New York Giants.
At New York, W. I'm telling you, it's a W. Again, it's our quarterback's better than yours scenario. It's not super complicated. I'm not confident Saquon Barkley will still be healthy at that point in the year. Again, weather's a factor, not a big factor. And the Giants just continually prove that they're going to underperform every single year. And when their roster's not that good to begin with, underperforming looks really bad. And so I don't think that they are going to be a good team. And I think this is good in what will feel like a second home field for us because we have 2 games at the Meadowlands in New York this year.
Love it. Love it.
Yep.
And yeah, I have us winning too. And, you know, we haven't given ourselves enough credit during this. We kind of talk about the opponent and what they're bringing, but we have a good offensive line that we have not seen yet. We have not seen our full potential healthy offensive line play a snap together. So, man, if they can stay healthy, we can run the ball. The weather doesn't matter. New York, it just, like you said, it just doesn't matter. I think we win that.
Absolutely.
And then we go to Thanksgiving. Craig, tough matchup on Thanksgiving. What do you have us doing there?
There's no Thanksgiving Day magic. Chris. It's
Yeah.
it's a loss. It is. It's not even, and I think it's by 20 points. I don't think it's that close, and that makes me sad. This is like Buffalo coming in on Thanksgiving is like that cousin nobody wants to actually come, but we feel like we need to invite them to Thanksgiving dinner, and they come and they ruin it for everybody. And that's what Buffalo does. I would have loved to see us play Miami in this slot because we're playing the AFC East. There's been some really good Dallas Miami Thanksgiving Day games, and I think it would be kind of cool to see us play somebody that they've played on Thanksgiving before. And so I know they've played the Bills too, but it just doesn't feel like the Bills belong on Thanksgiving. That's all.
No, and they're going to
I'm
be
frustrated
all
about it.
they're going to be all jacked up. Their fans, the whole thing is they're going to love it. And I don't like anything about Buffalo. They're a tough matchup. They're very good. And they're just a tough matchup for us. So I have a
Yeah.
loss there as well.
Okay.
Let me go to Jacksonville and just say, gosh, that's a win, right? All
Yeah.
day or what?
Yeah, not all day. I think there's a lot of good receivers in that matchup, and I think Lawrence is going to be better year two. Anytime you get away from Urban Meyer, apparently that just clown car that was. And
Yeah.
so I think Jacksonville's going to be better. They're getting late in the year, so they're going to be a team that might surprise some people toward the end of the year. This is like the payback game. This is, Marvin Jones is playing against his former team in the Lions. Jamal Agnew is playing against his former team in the Lions. DJ Chark playing against his former team in Jacksonville. And I think there's some talent around the field. So I could see this game going one of two ways, either kind of like an offensive shootout or just a sloppy, nasty game that comes away with a Lions victory. I think ultimately we're the home team, so we get that W.
Absolutely. And so we go on to now Minnesota, and as we do that, Steve's asking about the primetime games. Craig and I love this schedule. It's 1 o'clock on Sunday. That's where you can find the Lions. That's where the players, the coaching staff, the training staff, everybody putting the work. It's like, hey, we start at 8 a.m. on Sunday. That's when we start getting the jerseys. It's just the same thing. It's a road
Every
game.
time.
We know when to leave. Yep.
You know exactly how long your body's ready. It's used to it. Also, you get a little bit of encouragement. It's that Detroit versus everybody. Only team not to get a primetime game. Only team in the NFL. And I wish the NFL would stop viewing Thanksgiving as like a blessing. I think we like it as Lions fans, maybe. As a family man, it's kind of hard, if I'm being honest, that Thanksgiving game. But no primetime games. But while it might not be great for us watching because everybody loves a good Monday night game with some wings, at the same time, it's great for our wins. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely. Love it. All right, Craig, Minnesota coming to Ford Field.
Minnesota round 2. I got a W because we lost to them earlier in the year. I think Thielen, Cook have been injury ridden for a couple years now. I don't think they're both healthy at this time. And for that reason, I think we get a W in against Minnesota. I really do. And Kirk Cousins gets his second loss against the Detroit Lions.
Oh, I love it. I have us losing here. I have us. The reason I have us losing is because, I just don't like the matchup with Minnesota, and I feel like I can't pick a win every home game. I think I've been doing that, so I got to find a way to get us a loss here. I think it's against Minnesota.
Green Bay was a good time to lose at home.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That one's a loss. Yeah, that's right. Yep. At New York,
I got a loss.
Okay.
And here's the reason for it. I think it's one of those things where it's like we've already been in New York. We beat the Giants. They were a garbage team, so we're coming back in. We're feeling confident, and we lay it. This is our stinker game. I really do think it is. I think they drafted well, and if we were playing New York in week 2, this would have been a win all day for me. But this actually is an elements game. Like in the middle of December in New York, it's going to be cold. It might be snowing, but also they will have had at that time 13 games with each other to figure it out. I think they have a decent coach. So I'm going to go with a surprising loss on this one.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go win.
Okay.
I'm going to go win there. So let's pop a win. All right. At Carolina, another road game. We were just out in the East Coast. We're going back home, going back out to Carolina, Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Santa
what a great time to go to Carolina though, isn't it? Like
Santa's looking for us. Yep.
Yeah. and he's going to give us a present with a victory. And you want to know what that present's going to be?
What?
An injured Christian McCaffrey. Because,
yeah.
and I'm not saying that like I want it. I don't. The dude can't stay healthy. They are not smart enough not to give him the ball 37 times a game.
Yep.
So he can't hold up. I feel honestly, genuinely bad for the guy. Carolina, I think, went 5-11 year one under Matt Rule. They went 5-12 last year under Matt Rule. So I think he's almost a little bit of a hot seat candidate. And I think by this time, even though I kind of like what they do over there, W's don't seem to be something they get many of. And I think the season's starting to get away from them. And it's officially gone when they lose to us.
That's awesome. Yep, I hope so. That's great. I have a win too. I mean,
yeah.
What's
your record at?
Well, right now I've got oh boy, got 9 wins already. I don't know about
So
that.
you're 9-6?
Yeah. So I don't like I mean, I like Carolina, but I don't like why they're not winning. They're not winning. They don't have a quarterback. McCaffrey can't stay healthy. So anyway, love it. Chicago at home.
Well, I had us beating Chicago because I hated them. And I know it's hard to beat Chicago twice a year, but we have done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Even in recent history when we haven't been that good. I don't think Chicago's good. I think that they've traditionally had a good defense, or at least decent, and it's not. It's not good this year. And I think we get them. It's some good home cooking. First of the year. It's New Year's. They're tired. They were partying in Chicago, and then they came to Detroit, and they're like, we don't want to be here for New Year's Eve. It stinks here. And they just lay a straight egg, and we beat the Bears on January 1st because they're so far out of the playoff contention, they don't even know what to do with themselves.
Absolutely. And I totally agree. This is the team that in the division we're going to beat twice. I think let's go beat the Bears twice. I mean, for real.
Yes.
Yes, to your point, the defense was always like going to hold them right in it, and there's going to be a weird play and they're going to be fine. No, I mean, it's just not there this year. So I'm excited to get 2 victories against Chicago, and then Craig, Green Bay at the end, cold, last game of the year.
That's a loss.
Yep.
That's a loss. And there's some people that are talking about how, this will be for the division. And it's like, no, just calm down. It's not going to be for the division. Green Bay is going to be 4 games ahead of everybody. They're about, and the only way this is a win is if it happens like it did last year, where they've already locked up this home field advantage and we get the W. And we end the year, unfortunately, with a loss in Lambeau, and we go home freezing cold.
Absolutely. We lose there. I totally agree. I still have us finishing at 10-7, which I don't love. I don't love. I got a little too more optimistic than I wanted to, because I don't, that number seems high, but the point for me is, as you look through this, I mean, there isn't those juggernauts that are just taking us down game after game where it's just like we don't have a chance. I mean, it's a lot of Jacksonville, Chicago's, Miami, I mean, Washington. I mean, I like that, man. It's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a lot of, here's when I look at the schedule, I see a lot of games of realizing we're not good yet.
Mm-hmm.
But they're games against other teams that aren't good. They're toss-up games. Yeah. So I ended with a 9-8 record, which actually I think it's still a little too optimistic, because I think you can pencil in 3 losses. I think you can pen in 3 losses: Buffalo, Green Bay.
Yep.
And I think you can really only pen in like 1 or 2 wins. So we probably I should probably be 8-9, but I'm 9-8 on this. And how nice is it to be optimistic? Because if we did this last year, we didn't do this live stream last year with the schedule breakdown. We didn't have the channel yet. So but I remember me and you talking, and I think I had us at what? 5-12.
Oh, and that was being even generous at the time. Yeah. Hey, we could, hey, maybe we'll win a few games, but yeah, this is so much more toss up this year than last year. And so then you start thinking, well, that's when that stuff matters. Like, is our culture really going to sustain us in week 14, 15, 16? Can we be in the mix week 10, 11, 12 when we, get to Thanksgiving? Like, that would just be fun, even if we miss the playoffs, but we're 7 and, whatever. If we can be like 5-5 at some point, it's just going to be a lot more fun this year. And we're going to definitely get victories, where last year it was, it was a little nerve-wracking. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if we're gonna win here.
Hey, you ready for a great question?
Hmm.
We play the NFC East and AFC East this year. If we were playing the NFC West and the AFC West, so 8 games against those 8 teams,
Right.
instead of 10-7, what are you? 6-11?
Oh, that's a great point. You're playing 6 really good teams that are just better than you. Just
Yes.
flat out better. You need a break. You need somebody injured. Like, that's brutal. Exactly. You lose 5 wins right there if you
Yeah, we
had
still
them.
got Seattle, but that's it. Like, and
Yeah.
and so it's one of those things where I'm like, yeah, that is rough. So I don't think this is crazy. I don't think this is crazy to think this. I really don't. I do
No.
love this. I threw this up there and I want to do a shout out. NFL said to the Lions fans, no tank year for you. And that's
Oh.
true. I thought we were still 1 year away. I thought we were 1 year away. So part of me gets nervous that we're like getting even faster up on it. So that's a thing for sure. So
Yeah, I I'm it's I guess, as you really go through it, you're really more excited about the optimistic, outlook of, because the season is so long, you can get injuries. With other teams, and if we can just stay generally healthy, I just want to see, like, we haven't, under Dan Campbell, we have seen just, man, injuries, COVID. We haven't seen like a full, just give me a full healthy lineup. Goff, give me the new receivers. Let's see what we can do. We got a great offensive line.
yeah,
Running backs are good. Defense, we'll see. There's some pieces that's like, maybe they pan out. Maybe Okuda comes back. Maybe Jerry Jacobs is healthy. I don't know. It's just so many unknowns, man. That's what's going to make it really fun this year.
there's so many unknowns, and I think the wins and losses with like we said, there's a lot of toss up games, so we'll probably get individual games wrong, but the record might not be that far off.
No.
Now we all know when we're doing this record, like one injury to Jared Goff, season's done, wiped out, right? And we win 4 to 5 games if he gets hurt week 1. Like there's things like that that can happen, but isn't it great to see, Chris, like the optimism over here?
Yeah.
Like you're 10, I'm 9. Everybody is saying 7 to 10 wins. I haven't seen less than 7. I haven't seen more than 10. Man, that feels nice to
I
get
hope
there.
I hope our defense is just middle of the pack.
Yeah. Give me
That
a
would
top
be
20 defense.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I I don't know. We were putting a lot of stock in our defensive line that is young. There's the 2 second-year players. There's Pascal. There's Aiden Hutchinson, which, I don't know. That is going to be the storyline for me as our defensive line, because if we can hold up, get pressures, hey, man, we got something. But
We
if they
got
just getting
something.
blown off the ball, be
Yeah.
tough.
I also like Weatherman John down there. Wind
Yeah.
light and variable. Like just he's got another career. Guaranteed it. I guarantee it. Guaranteed it.
Love it. Love it,
So,
John.
it's
So,
good stuff.
yeah, hey, hope you've enjoyed this. We're going to be back, more videos, getting closer to the season, or actually not close to the season. What am I saying? We're not even close to the season, but we're getting close to rookie mini camp. The minutes are already going on. We got training camp coming up. It's all happening, man.
Voluntary OTAs. The NFL keeps stuff going. But let's be honest. I think we're all so excited about the Lions that it doesn't matter if the season's 4 months away, 3 months away. We're excited. We want to keep watching videos. We want to keep seeing what's going on. We'll talk about that with the rookie mini camp and all these different things. We're going to talk about what we're seeing or what we're hearing, people that are sticking out and things like that, and things to kind of look forward to. We had heard pretty early on that Amon-Ra St. Brown was looking good. And we had heard pretty early on that some other guys weren't looking good, and it ended up being pretty true. So,
Craig, I don't know if you've seen this question, but are there more wheels or doors in the world?
oh, that's crap. Doors.
Well, it's doors. Yeah, it's doors, clearly. Because at first you think wheels.
Clearly.
At first you think wheels because you're like, oh, there's so many cars in the world. But
they all have 4 or 5 doors. Is a trunk a door?
Well, think of your house. Your house has every room and there's doors. Every house has 16 doors to your 4 tires out in your garage.
Well, yeah, but every 4 tires, there's 4 doors on a car, unless you got a coupe and you still have 2. So it's not like the cars are getting the number of wheels up. It's the semi trucks that get the number of wheels up. but like it's the semi trucks. But then you talk about big cities and there's doors everywhere, but
There's
not
doors
nearly everybody has a car. And then there's, third world countries where most people don't even drive,
That's
so
true,
it's just
but they
all
always have to have a
doors.
door. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all doors in different forms.
How many wheels on your chair right now? I got 0.
I
How
got
about
0. I can't, which I need to change that, but
it?
that's not good. Cause if I get in a mobile chair, I just do this the whole time.
Yeah, and you're just that. I think
Very
I think
fidgety.
Craig, it's clearly doors, which it makes me feel better that we talked about that because I've been thinking about it. It's clearly doors. Okay.
It's clearly doors, and it's clearly doors because this doesn't count.
Ah, yeah.
So I make that clear.
Yeah. Well, they're wheels. I don't know.
I,
They have to be functioning? I mean, it's so many things, really.
of course, they have to be functioning. If they don't go around, they're not a wheel.
Yeah. How many? Okay. Oh man, let's get out of here. This
Yeah,
has
we
been
got to
great.
go. This is getting rough, but
This is
people are for
we're
some
getting
reason still
loose.
watching. Like,
If you're still watching, I just want to thank you I don't
and
know.
apologize.
Yeah, but I'm sorry too. I want to thank you and I want to say I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You have no idea. I'm 10-7. Craig is 9-8. The Lions are going to the Super Bowl next year, but this will be a fun year to watch us win a bunch. So
We're going for the 7th seed. Let's go.
7th seed, get in there. Oh, whoa. Hungry Panda.
Oh, Hungry Panda
Whoa,
Studios. Is this
whoa.
the guy from Dude Perfect? If this is,
Probably.
kid loves your show. I love your show. Let's be
Yeah, it's
honest. I
probably
love
him.
you.
What's up, man?
But
Oh, what about gear? What do you mean there? You talking my gear? Um, I'm so excited about my shirt. Oh, you want to?
what do you mean?
Is he
What about
talking?
gear?
Does he want us to give away gear? Do
Is
we
that
have
what you
gear?
want?
Do we have our own merch?
It's a great question. Hopefully he's still listening so we can get a response on that. We've tried to say goodbye and it's what are we missing, Hungry Panda? Like, I get what you're saying because before the schedule came out, I want to make it clear. If you told me, if you told me before the schedule, I would have told you 6-11. And then when I saw the schedule and how it played out, I was like, oh, this is at least 8.
And
At
our
least 8.
guy's saying gears. Like he should have said, "What about gears?" That would have helped us.
I think a gear is not a wheel.
No.
And the reason that I say a gear is not a wheel is because it's called a gear.
Most importantly, that is why.
Is a slider a door?
Is this
or is it a slider?
It's a slider. It's a slider. We need a door to open. We're losing people here. Like, no, we're not. I thought
No,
we were
we're
losing
not.
people like flies.
For some reason, when we stopped talking about the Lions and we just got silly, and people are hanging out. Can I just say though, and I've said this a lot because I truly mean it. This is fun. This is fun hanging out with people. Like we have a common thing that we enjoy. It's the Detroit Lions. I mean, it's fun until people come in and say stuff like this. We still the Lions.
Oh, Hungry Panda, don't
Don't be that guy, Hungry Panda. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that, because I mean, used to have a
be that
thing
in
to
your
just go
mind.
after. You could always just, if nothing else, you could always just be like, ownership, so stupid. The Fords don't know anything, and then it's like, well, Sheila actually, I don't know. She
got rid of the name Ford in her name.
Yeah. So boom, Sheila
Because
Ham.
she probably thought the same thing, Hungry Panda.
Yeah.
Like she thought the same thing. She thought like, hey, Lions.
I'm not doing this. I mean, her mom was
Ford.
there for a minute, but then she couldn't see, and she said, "I'm gonna go with Sheila," and Sheila's been great.
Don't
Got a
like
problem
that.
coming in.
All right, I blocked the user. Don't worry.
Oh, nicely done. Block it.
Oh,
we got
coming back for more.
Oh man. Well, we have more videos coming out. The one video that we're going to do soon is just a breakdown of our boy, our season, our everything is Jared Goff, Craig. We're going to break him down because we have not talked about him. We have not talked about Jared Goff. We've just kind of let it simmer because we all kind of know he's the guy. But we need to do a full breakdown on him. That's coming. Jared.
I'm just out here trying to block every single one of these inappropriate comments that are coming in. Don't fall into the temptation, people.
Don't go in
Hey,
there.
Don, we'll be right there. We'll be right there with you. We'll be celebrating big time with 9 wins. So, hey, Chris, before we go, I have one question for you.
Yep.
You are going to make a lot of friends or a lot of enemies in this. Would you rather win just enough games so that you are just outside of the playoffs, but you're a middle draft pick, like you're pick number 16, or just not be great and be in the top 10?
Win as many games as we can.
Thank you. Okay, good. Thank you. This isn't basketball. So
nope, it's not basketball.
That's fine. So there you go. Everybody, you are wonderful and good night.
Good night. See you guys.